Welcome. Thank you for joining us. The time is now 7:30. This is the July 21st, 2022 work session of the Allendale Mayor and Council. Welcome to everyone who's joining us in the audience in person and those on our Zoom webinar. Tyler and John, thanks for doing that again. At this time, I ask everyone to please mute your devices so as not to distract from the business of the meeting. There'll be one opportunity during this meeting for public comment, and we'll advise you at the appropriate time. And then there are two opportunities during the regular session. So we'll start with the Open Public Meeting Act announcement. Linda, if you could please read that.
In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, the notice requirements have been satisfied. The meeting dates for the year are confirmed at the annual meeting, are posted on the public bulletin board in the municipal building and on the borough website, published in the record within the first 10 days of the new year, and copies are sent to the Ridgewood News and Star Ledger. Notice of this meeting by the July 13, 2022 Sunshine Notice was sent to the record, the Ridgewood News and Star Ledger, and has been posted on the public bulletin board in the municipal building and borough website.
Great, thank you. Linda, please conduct the roll call.
Councilwoman Homan,
Here.
Councilwoman Lovasolo,
Here.
Councilman O'Connell,
Here.
Councilman O'Toole,
Here.
Councilman Sasso,
Here.
Councilwoman Wozinski,
Here.
and Mayor Bernstein.
Here, thank you very much. Also in attendance, Assemblyman Krista Phillips. Thank you very much. It's always a thrill and a pleasure to see you here.
Always good to see you and this entire council. So
Great, thank you so much. So we have a lot on the agenda, both the work session and the regular session. On the first one, can I start? Can I go? Oh, I didn't know if you were flagging me down. Thank you, everyone. The first one is commendation of Police Officer Alex Helmer. So it gives me, I speak on behalf of the mayor and council. They're going to get a chance to speak, and I speak on behalf of the borough, presenting you with a certificate of commendation and recognition of assisting in the delivery of baby Amelia on June 5th, 2022.
Is that baby Amelia? Just curious.
So I could explain what happened as it was explained to me, but then I'm going to ask you to put it in your words. If you can come up, I'm going to put you on the spot. Yeah. all shy and bashful, I know. All right. So while on patrol, Officer Helmer was flagged down by the baby's father, who was rushing to get home to meet his wife, who was in active labor. When Officer Helmer arrived at the home, baby Amelia was making her arrival into the world. Officer Helmer used his training to help the mom deliver the baby girl. So now for the rest of the story.
He was totally done.
Yeah, so it was last hour of patrol. I'm making my rounds in my car, and I'm coming down Forest Road, approaching the border at Mawa, and this car is screaming at me in the opposite direction. I have my windows down. I thought I heard like the horn sounding a couple times, but it's like one of those things where it's like, I got 45 minutes left.
yeah, watch it overtime.
So I make a turn down McIntyre, which is like a T intersection, and Mr. Paul Ponte, sure enough, turns in behind me. It's the same car that was sounding the horn, still sounding the horn. Now he's riding. So like I have all these thoughts running through my head. I'm like, I gotta stop, right? So I pull over and he pulls up next to me, pull down the window, and he's actually on the phone with 911. He's like, my wife's having a baby. Can you help me out? And I'm just like, I'll try. Yeah. So I mean, the rest was like a complete blur. I'd like to think it was like the perfect set of circumstances that made me look good. Amelia pretty much surrendered herself. Mrs. Fonte was awesome the whole time, but it was an incredible experience. And I'd like to think it was more so instincts than training. You know, it's kind of just like your fight or flight kicks in. You react. So.
We've had that conversation because this is not your first time standing up receiving a commendation from us. Yeah, I mean, and all of our officers. I'm going to single you out tonight, but we have phenomenal officers. We sit here and marvel at what you do. You know, you have no time to think, and instant kicks in.
It's awesome. I'm very excited. Appreciate that.
Wonderful. Don't go anywhere because you're not done. So on behalf, I'll come down. I know Assemblyman DePhillips also has something to read, but on behalf of the borough, if anyone wants to, maybe, let me give you the commendation. And then Assemblyman DePhillips will read what he has, and then we can take pictures. Okay. So certificate of commendation, Alex Helmer, Officer, Police Department, in recognition of assisting in the delivery of baby Amelia, June 5th, 2022. All yours, and then we'll take some pictures.
So, Officer, I have a proclamation from the state of New Jersey. I'm your state assemblyman, proud to represent Allendale. And this is for my colleague, Senator Corrado, Assemblyman Rooney, and myself. And this is signed by the President of the Senate, Nick Scutari, and the Speaker of my House in the General Assembly, Craig Coughlin. Pure and simple, it says what you are, which is a hero. You helped deliver this baby. You, in fact, delivered this baby. Maybe she could help deliver herself, but you're a very modest man. This community thanks you. And it's amazing what you did. This is not to be understated. So this is our gift to you on behalf of the state of New Jersey. Congratulations. He's being modest.
What about the baby? I want the baby. Got a picture?
Baby.
I know.
I want to meet Amelia.
Baby's gotta come in the picture.
A baby up here.
Yeah. We can hold the baby.
I want to.
Oh,
my
Oh, yeah.
This is the greatest thing ever.
This is so fun.
No problem.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. We're good.
Alex had flashbacks in that car right there. I was the guy pulling my hair out.
Sorry.
So is Amelia's middle name Alexandra?
I'll take the first initial.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And
Congrats, you guys.
Congrats, Alex. Well, people won't do to get out of the speeding ticket, huh?
That's a big F.
It's too hot outside. I'm going to stay.
Yeah, Assemblyman, you stay here every day. You can be here every day. That'd be good for us. Second is a proclamation in honor of National Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, September 2022, in the borough of Allendale. This proclamation is presented to the Women's Club. Is Marie here? Anyone? Hi, how are you? Wonderful. I am, and then you come on up, and I have something for you as well. So. And I'm going to read the proclamation, then I will present it. Whereas ovarian cancer continues to have one of the highest mortality rates of any cancer, and is the leading cause of cancer deaths among women in the United States. And whereas each September, especially, we remember the mothers, sisters, and daughters we have lost to ovarian cancer, and we extend our support to those living with this disease. And whereas each year, thousands of women are diagnosed with and go on to battle valiantly against this disease, yet ovarian cancer remains difficult to detect, and women are often not diagnosed until the disease has reached an advanced stage. Because early detection is the best defense against ovarian cancer, it is essential that women know the risk factors associated with the disease. And whereas during National Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month and throughout the year, we commend all the brave women fighting this disease and recognize their families and friends' compassion and encouragement. And in the memory of all of the brave women who have lost their lives to ovarian cancer and in support of generations of women to come, let us recommit to reaching a safer, healthier future for all of our citizens. And whereas the Allendale Women's Club will be placing teal ribbons around trees throughout the borough of Allendale as part of the Turn the Towns Teal, a campaign to raise awareness of ovarian cancer. Now, therefore, I, Ari Bernstein, on behalf of the mayor and council of the borough of Allendale, do hereby proclaim September 2022 as National Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month. Thank you very much. Anyone else who wants to participate in the photo, come on down.
Yes.
Steve, you better join the party.
Yeah, we'll find out some center flags in the background. We'll see 'em.
You did it? And on behalf of all of us, I got privilege and the honor to read the words, but this is from Mayor and Council and from the whole board. Thank you very much.
Bills for you on your side. I might call it over at least.
I find it amazing that it hasn't been decided. I'd like to tell you that every council meeting is this exciting and.
It is.
See what you've
Come
been
back.
Right. But such is not the case, but this one is a good one. Next on our agenda for the work session is public comment. So this is the first.
I respectfully suggest the public, if they want to leave, they can. They don't, but they might not realize that.
Well, we do have the swearing in of an officer as well, right? Right. Yeah, right. No, but I understand. Does that apply to us as well? Right. This public comment. This is the first of 3 opportunities tonight for the public present to comment. Anyone from the public wishing to speak, please come forward, state your name. You'll have 3 minutes. Not seeing anyone.
Okay.
That was always got.
Oh.
Yay! Oh, this is another more excitement.
My good friend Alex.
Hello. So tell us your name and your address for the record.
My name's Alexander Gamarello, and I just wanted to thank the Allendale Police Department for the Junior Police Academy. So good evening, Mayor Bernstein and the esteemed council members. My name is Alexander William Gamarello, and I was fortunate enough to attend Junior Police Academy both years it was available to me. I wanted to speak to you this wonderful Thursday night to tell you a little bit about the program and formally recognize our Allendale Police Department for making this outstanding opportunity available for the 4th year in a row. The Junior Police Academy, or JPA, provides a challenging, educational, fun, and rewarding experience to its recruits. JPA is available for middle schoolers entering 6th and 7th grades. This year, 60 recruits were able to participate, sorted into 3 platoons: Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. Platoons participate in daily PT or physical training, field trips, and demonstrations during the 5-day program before celebrating with JPA graduation. This year, the JPA recruits went to Newark Airport when we learned about the Port Authority of New Jersey and New York Police Department to work to ensure safe air travel. Recruits also had a visit from the Bergen County Sheriff's Office to learn how the agency handles dangerous devices. A second field trip to West Point included a leadership tour of the academy and visit to the museum. It was an outstanding tour and a 5-star experience. Motor unit, SWAT, and state police and a canine demonstrations rounded out the week. It was an awesome experience. During JPA, a handful of recruits earned the opportunity to serve in leadership roles as squad and platoon leaders. Mirroring an authentic academy experience, recruits who earn these titles have much to be proud of and enjoy the recognition for their commitment to JPA while striving to meet the challenges of supporting the officers as they teach and keep the recruits in order. I am grateful to you, our town council, for supporting the Allendale Police Department as they make Junior Police Academy such an exceptional experience for all who are involved. And many thanks to Officer Azevedo, along with each and every officer and intern that was a part of Junior Police Academy. Their dedication and commitment to the program truly leave an impact on the recruits they lead. Thanks so much for the opportunity to speak to you this evening, and thank you. Have a great night, and I'll see you around town.
Wonderful. Thank you. Your words were perfect, and we thank you and everyone else who participated. You mentioned just for our support of the police department. We certainly do. Alex Ace, who was wonderful, and everyone else who was involved. What was your favorite part of it?
Definitely seeing the Port Authority and the fire trucks, and that was a lot of fun.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Great. Chief, you have anything that you want to say?
Well, I thank you, Alex, for your comments. Alex has sent a letter to my office as well, and I was really humbled to hear, the firsthand experience of how the JPA was. I'm very proud of our community programs. Our officers take a lot of stake in their commitment to our youth. So it's a great program. I hope to continue, and I thank Alex for his comments and your support.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Alex, I'd
Well
like to just
done.
make a comment that, like, thank you so much for coming forward. Like,
Oh, you're
a
welcome.
lot of
Thank
times people just don't come forward just to say thank you, and it's lovely to hear. So really happy that you came forward today. Thanks for coming.
So, and Alex, you should know that Councilman O'Toole was bummed that he missed the watermelon being exploded. Is that
I was.
right? For him, that would have been the
Why do I
best part.
believe that?
But Alex knows that about me.
Thank you so much for coming.
Hey, Alex, you're a good public speaker, by the way.
Yeah, that's it.
You're a natural, and I'll tell you, public speaking will take you far in life. So keep working on it, tweak it a little bit, but you've got a great start.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You
Great.
too.
Thank you. Next is agenda review. On our regular session agenda consists of second reading and public hearing for ordinance 2207, 2211, and 2212. We have a resolution to approve a new police officer, which we are very excited about. And we have 9 resolutions on the consent agenda. Does anyone have any questions about any items on the agenda? Okay. Good. So we'll have some time. So what we're going to do is, before we get to the regular session, we can't start the regular session until 8 o'clock. So we do council reports at every council meeting. So we'll start with that. Councilman O'Connell, would you like to give your report?
Thank you, Mayor. Certainly. The removal of leaf product in the borough's compost area has started. Working with the Allendale PD with the installation of 2 pedestrian crosswalks have been completed. The DPW had the pleasure and honor of helping the holiday observers with the 4th of July festivities, and that was great. Everything was done perfectly with great weather. The police station ducts were cleaned. They found a bird's nest in there. And High Mountain did the trimming at the borough buildings and properties.
Wonderful.
You're all caught up. Thank you, Mayor.
Great. Thank you so much. Councilman Sasso?
Thank you. In 9 years on the council, I've been in some committees that at times felt like a part-time job, but on Parks, Recreation, and Liz, you know that well. And on Parks, Recreation, and Facilities, thanks to Mr. Kistner and his team, I don't wake up in the middle of the night worrying about Crestwood Beach sand or anything like that. So things are running along smoothly. I was actually at Crestwood last night. Went down at 4 o'clock in the heat. I tell you, if you haven't gone down there late in the afternoon and just sat there and had some food at the snack stand, or you can order too, and they'll deliver right to the beach. It was great. So we had a good time. And my wife even commented how good the sand looked. And then the next morning, which would be this morning, what's that? Well, I walked out there, it had to be 9 o'clock in the morning, and the sand was already raked, and it looked, I didn't even want to walk on it. It looked so good. So thank you. And then of course, Chief Dillon, you wrote a great email. Thank you for recognizing all the work, how headquarters looks Yeah, so thank you for that. And I think that's it.
Great. Thank
Amy,
you.
did I forget anything?
Well, actually, I was checking the revenue today, and our revenue is actually higher at this point than it was last year. So that's always good news.
That is good.
And actually, our expenses are down a little bit. And we've had great success with our bands so far. So we have 3 more. So come on out. They're available and free to everybody.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Holman, would you like to give your report?
I would love to give my report. So first of all, while there are people here, that an important message from the Water Committee is to remind your friends, your neighbors, anybody walking down the street that we are on phase 2 water restrictions. And we don't take that lightly. It is important. It's because there's only so much water that can be pulled out of wells. There's only so much water that can be pulled in from our interconnect with Suez. If more water is pulled out than can be supplied, then you can have water pressure issues, and we don't want to have that. So I do ask that everybody, as they're going through town, communicates with people about the fact that they need to make sure they check the watering schedule and that they adhere to it, because together we certainly can keep the water rolling along. The next thing, the Water Committee, we meet bi-weekly in our process of selling the water system to Veolia. And we do have a date on the calendar for the BPU. Will be holding a public meeting on August 10th. That's awesome. That's just one step closer to the closing for Veolia to actually own the system, which will be good for everybody in Allendale. We're hopeful that all these moving parts can come together and that we will have a November closing, which would be great. I thank everybody on the Water Committee because, as Stephen mentioned, this is one of those committees that is like a full-time job. So, our experts, the lawyers, as well as our engineers and Suzanne Lopsolo and Mayor Bernstein, we all are meeting multiple times a week. Ron Kistner, I can't forget how many people are involved in this, but it's great. Let's see, what else do I have to share? We are also, as much as I would have liked for the water to have been shut, to move on to looking at our sewers. There's lots of opportunities for us to make improvements with our sewer system. And we have been meeting with the Northwest Bergen Sewer Authority, and we're making progress. So I feel good that that's going to be a positive thing for the borough moving forward also. And then lastly, I just want to say it's so great. It's wonderful to be celebrating Alex and the birth of a baby as a community. It's amazing just thinking about our women's club and about all the things we do in trying to get messages out about being healthy and ensuring that people are taking care of themselves, and then to have someone of our youth in the scouting uniform up, to me, it's like full circle, and it'll be great to swear in a new officer. So I feel like this is like an awesome evening in Allendale.
It is
So.
great. Thank you. Thank you
Thanks.
for your report. Council President Amy Kuzinski.
Sure. Thank you very much. The capital budget will be approved this evening. The capital budget we were working on very, very extensively over the past months, reworking the numbers. Everything's going up, unfortunately, and revenue is just the taxpayers' dollars mostly. There's not a lot of additional revenue coming into the borough, so we really want to be cognizant of all the residents and keep taxes down. So I think we did a really great job. So we're going to have more equipment for turnout gear to our fire department, increasing improvements for our IT department, for the borough and the police, streets and road work are in there as well, and as well as matching grants for Crestwood and playground improvements. 220-230, we're moving forward with our construction plans. We had a town hall last week. We are now going to make the whole entire building a community center and a rec center. So it's the best value for Allendale. It will also have a commercial kitchen in there. And we are looking forward to getting hopefully better numbers for this. And this whole project will not be increasing tax dollars, as we said from the very beginning, and it still won't. And in addition, we did apply for and hopefully received a federal grant for the project. So it already went through first phase of the approval process. So now it just has to go to Washington and hopefully get the final stamp of approval. Congratulations to Alex as well. I saw him actually at another call, and just so exciting. I also think this is like such a great meeting. It's just, it's really a fun meeting and I'll save the rest, I think, for when we introduce some of our new people. So thank you.
Great, thank you.
Welcome.
Councilman O'Toole.
Yes, sir. The Public Safety Committee met on July 3rd, where we discussed the impending 4th of July festivities, as well as a couple of resident concerns, which have already been addressed. Then we had the 4th of July all-day festivities, topped off by a fantastic fireworks show. As chairman of the Gate Committee for the Holiday Observers, I was present at the safety briefing held at the police department, led by Sergeant Griffith. It's the second time I've attended, and it's no exaggeration to say that it is a massive undertaking, coordinating all the different agencies represented to assure the safety of everyone who attends the fireworks, either as spectators or as participants in the overall production of it. So my heartfelt thanks, and I'm sure I speak for the Holiday Observers as well, to all of the agencies who were represented, including obviously Allendale Police, Allendale Fire, and AVAC. We continue to work with the fire department on their equipment and assessing their needs. In fact, we have a grant application for fire department equipment on our consent agenda this evening. Police department has been working with vendors to finalize a digital alternative to parking meters, incorporating commuter parking passes and alarm registrations into Community Pass and Gov Pilot. IT upgrades continue at headquarters, as well as preparations for our new police officer. Welcome. We were sent a before and after picture of the server rack, and I must say that Chief Dillon and Tyler have created a thing of beauty that speaks to my longing for neatness. New traffic signs for downtown have been ordered and will be installed as soon as possible. However, our new blinking pedestrian crossing signs have been installed in front of the AV&G and at the entrance to Crestwood, programmed a few days ago. Thanks to Sergeant Griffith again for working with our contractors to set up the timing on the lights. OEM's working with Director of Operations Kistner to finalize tropical storm claim for Ida with FEMA. Borough will be reimbursed 90% of costs incurred during that storm. And finally, the numbers. Year-to-date fire calls 128, EMS calls 430, and year-to-date police record entries and calls for service 9,138.
Great, thank you. Thank you for all your efforts and your report.
I used the blinking signs at the crosswalk already, and they get attention.
Yep. No, thank you for everyone who
Yeah,
made
they
that
do need
happen. Councilwoman Lovasolo, we have 3 minutes. Can you get it done?
Yes, all right. So not me. Our land use committee met yesterday morning at 8 a.m. And just as a reminder to everyone, we meet the morning of land use board meetings. And at our land use board meeting last night, I thanked our committee, which is amazing. Ron Kistner, who's here tonight, Councilman Steve Sasso, Mayor Ari Bernstein, Mike Freeland, our engineer, Anthony Hackett, our code official. And yesterday morning, we were joined by Borough Attorney Ray Wiss. Thank you for joining in with us. We have specific situations that go on in town, the specifics of which I can't get into with certain cases. But lately, they've been centering around 2 issues in town. One being trees, the removal of, the trimming of trees obscuring sightlines, trees hanging over sidewalks, and water. And no, not Councilman Homan's water situation, but runoff of water, streams, what have you. So I just want to take this opportunity to remind all our residents to review our borough code. It is on our website, which was actually just updated again today, thanks to John Gell. And if you have any questions, reach out to our construction department, and I'm also happy to answer any like non-technical questions. And in my last minute, I just want to thank Land Use Board member Patty Davis, who is actually stepping down from our Land Use Board, which is unfortunate for us because her insight and input was amazing. But she will be joining her husband in North Carolina, so we're very happy for her. But we're going to miss her from Allendale, and that's it.
Thank you. You got it done. Good. So what we're going to do is we're going to end the work session. We're going to wait about a minute or 2, and then we're going to start the regular session. So I would request a motion to adjourn the work session.
So moved.
Thank you, Liz. Second.
Second, sorry.
Councilman O'Toole, all in favor?
Aye.
Great, thank you. Hello, everyone, again. Tyler, we can continue, everyone? Okay, the time is now 8 o'clock. This is the July 21st regular session of the Allendale Mayor and Council. Welcome to everyone who's joining us tonight in person and via Zoom. At this time, I ask the public to please mute your devices so as not to distract from the business of the meeting. There will be 2 opportunities for those present to speak during this meeting, and we will advise you at the appropriate times. Linda, please read the Open Public Meetings Act announcement.
In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, the notice requirements have been satisfied. The meeting dates for the year are confirmed at the annual meeting, are posted on the public bulletin board in the municipal building and on the borough website, published in the record within the first 10 days of the new year, and copies are sent to the Ridgewood News and Star Ledger. Notice of this meeting by the July 13, 2022 Sunshine Notice was sent to the record, the Ridgewood News and Star Ledger, and has been posted on the public bulletin board in the municipal building and borough website.
Great, thank you very much. If you would all please rise and join me in our salute to the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Linda, please conduct the roll call.
Councilwoman Homan.
Here.
Councilwoman Lovasolo.
Here.
Councilman O'Toole. Oh, I'm sorry. Councilman O'Connell.
Here.
Councilman O'Toole.
Here.
Councilman Sasso.
Here.
Councilwoman Wozinski.
Here.
And Mayor Bernstein.
Here, thank you very much. Public comment on agenda items only. Anyone from the public wishing to be heard on agenda item? Yes, sir. Come forward and your name and address for the record.
Mayor and Council, Mark Savastano, 42 Freeman Place. I saw on the agenda about the improvements to the town center.
I know, I forgot to add that in my report.
No, that's, yes, but I just had a question or slash comment on that. I wanted to know if there would be any possibility of considering keeping the healthy mature trees that were taken down on the other side of the street. Because the ones that are there are very beautiful when they blossom. They're all healthy. And I was quite surprised that the choice was made to remove them during that renovation. So I don't know if that's considered in this part of the process that you're going to begin with this other renovation, if you intend to take those trees down. But I hope it would be considered to keep them.
Thank you for your comment. Thank you. Next on the agenda is swearing in of a police officer. And before we get started, the police presence here is phenomenal. We love to see you here. Amy, I was thinking the last time I saw this kind of police presence was when we threatened to make the residents take their garbage to the curb, right?
We did it.
Right. I think the last time
Greenwich, Connecticut takes
Right.
their garbage.
that we needed that kind of police presence, but this is for this is for a great occasion. This is for the swearing in of police officer Christopher Namov. Did I get that right? Okay. So first, I'm going to request a motion to approve Resolution 22-188.
So moved.
A second?
Second O'Connell.
Thank you. Linda, please conduct a roll call.
Councilwoman Homan.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo.
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell.
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole.
Yes.
Councilman Sasso.
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozinski.
Yes.
Great. Soon to be Allendale police officer. He's here with mother and father, girlfriend and family, friends and family. You are joining, from our opinion, an elite rank of officers. Chief Dillon, Sergeant Griffith, everyone here and not here. We think the world of them. They are beloved in Allendale. As we told you when you were interviewing, Allendale's a special place, and the police department is one of the main reasons why it's such a special place. And so today's a big day for you. It's a big day for all of us. And so I wanted to say that. I'm sure our council will chime in. Chief Dillon, would you like to say anything?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Mayor, of course. This is a great day for Allendale. Thank you to Mayor Bernstein, the Public Safety Committee, Councilman O'Toole, Councilman O'Connell, the entire council, and the Director of Operations, Ron Kistner, for the unwavering support of the police department. As I gain experience in my tenure as police chief, it becomes more and more apparent that a foundation for a successful police department is built upon a team of officials who prioritize public safety for the good of the borough. I continue to appreciate our communication and positive collaboration. Thank you for this.
Great, thank you. So I would like to invite Chief Dillon, Chris, and your family, come on up. We have an oath to render. Give.
Aw, cute.
Then the next time in 16 fonts. So raise your hand. Put your hand on the Bible. And repeat after me. I state your name. I, Christopher Nowell, solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of police officer of the Borough of Allendale, according to the best of my ability, so help me God. Mayor and Chief, Great. And what I would like to do is I'd like to invite the Allendale Police Department and dispatchers, uniform, no uniform, all of you people. Please come on up and welcome the new officer.
I like the show.
You're gonna have to go. Yeah, I'm not sure you're gonna look at it.
I'm in the way.
Congratulations, Mom and Dad.
Congrats again.
Congrats. My son got his license today, so we'll talk later.
Did he?
You want to chat over or just talk?
I'm just joking.
Congrats.
Congratulations and welcome.
Yeah. Um, So it needs to be signed.
Linda, did the oath get signed?
Then should the officer sign? And
Yes.
okay. So officer, if you're gonna sign, I'm gonna
I was working outside all day today, too.
I'm gonna be the witness.
Thank you. Just give it to Linda.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for participating. Business items under consideration. So every year for, I don't know, for the past couple of years where Valley Chabad has done a town menorah lighting. This started with Mayor Barra, I believe. And they are requesting the date of December 21st, 2022. So I don't think we did it formally before, but we're doing it now. We're requesting a motion to approve the written email request to hold the town menorah lighting at Borough Hall on Wednesday, December 21st, 2022 at 6 p.m. Motion, please.
So moved.
Thank you, Liz. Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Homan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo,
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilman Sasso,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozinski.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't need to do that. Okay.
Stay.
Right, yeah. So to everyone in the audience,
I know.
to everyone in the audience, we don't really have anything which is going to be as exciting as that. So, right.
This happens every swearing in.
That's right.
Talk about
That's
water.
Oh, yeah, that'll keep them.
Sewer.
right. So next, it's second reading and public hearing ordinance 2207. So Linda, I know the question was whether we had to have a motion to put it back, to table it, but since we had already indicated that this was the date, I don't think we have to do that.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is ordinance 22-07. I'm going to ask a council member to make a motion to move to pass and adopt on second and final reading ordinance 22-07. Notice of same shall be published according to law.
So moved.
Thank you, Amy. Second.
Second, O'Connell.
Thank you, Ed. Motion, Linda, please conduct a roll call.
Councilwoman Homan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo,
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilman Sasso,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozinski.
Yes.
Okay. 2211. Linda, please read the title of ordinance 2211.
The following ordinance published herewith was first read by title only on June 30th, 2022, and posted on the bulletin board of the lobby of the municipal building and borough website. Ordinance 22-11. An ordinance to amend Chapter 53 of the Code of the Borough of Allendale, officers and employees to fix the salaries, wages, and compensation of the officers and employees of the Borough of Allendale for the year 2022.
Okay. I would open the floor for public comments on ordinance 2211. No, yeah, I don't think we did either. Go through this. Okay, all right. Open the floor for public comment on ordinance 2211. Okay, not seeing any public comment. I would request the council member to make a motion to move to pass and adopt on second and final reading ordinance 2211. Notice of same shall be published according to law.
So moved.
Thank you, Suzanne. Second,
Second.
Linda, please conduct a roll call.
Councilwoman Homan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo,
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilman Sasso,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozinski.
Yes.
So for the previous ordinance 2207, I did not open the floor for public comment. And I don't know, and I think we just jumped ahead. So Linda, I'm going to ask you to read it. So for clarity, we're going to do a little bit again. please read the title of the ordinance 22-07.
I'm sorry.
2207, I'm going backwards.
Yeah. The following ordinance published herewith was first read by title only on June 16th, 2022, tabled on June 30th, 2022, and posted on the bulletin board of the lobby of the municipal building and borough website. Ordinance 22-07, bond ordinance to authorize the making of various public improvements and the acquisition of new additional or replacement equipment and machinery, new information technology equipment, and new communication and signal systems equipment in, by, and for the borough of Allendale in the county of Bergen, state of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $955,000 to pay the cost thereof, to appropriate a county grant, to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds.
Great, thank you. And I will open the floor for public comment on ordinance 22-07.
Mayor Mark Savastano, 22 Freeland Place. Will there be a list of the types of equipment, things that are going to be purchased with this? Is that made available to the public, or? Is it already settled?
Lisa, do you want to speak to that?
Okay, it's already been decided what it's going to be spent on?
Yes,
Okay.
great.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Mayor, I can give Mark my copy.
Great. Thank you. Great. And so we already had a vote on that. Do we need to do it again?
I would do it.
Okay,
A motion.
Great.
Second vote.
so I would now request the council member to make a motion to move and to pass and adopt on second and final reading ordinance 22-07. Notice of same shall be published according to law.
So moved.
Thank you, Amy. Second.
Second.
Thank you. Linda, if you can please conduct a roll call again.
Yes. Councilwoman Homan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo,
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilman Sasso,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozinski.
Yes.
Great. Next, we're moving to ordinance 22-12. Linda, please read the title of ordinance 22-12.
The following ordinance published herewith was first read by title only on June 30th, 2022, and posted on the bulletin board of the lobby of the municipal building and borough website. Ordinance 22-12, ordinance of the Borough of Allendale and the County of Bergen, New Jersey, approving an amendment to the agreement of sale between the borough and Veolia Water, New Jersey, Inc., formerly Suez Water, New Jersey, Inc., for the sale of the borough's water supply, treatment, and distribution system.
Great. Open the floor for public comments on ordinance 22-12. Request the council member to make a motion to move, to pass, and adopt on second and final reading ordinance 22-12. Notice of same shall be published according to law.
I'm sorry. Yes, a motion from Liz Homan.
Great.
It's a name change.
Great. Second.
Second, Lovasolo.
Thank you, Suzanne. Linda, please conduct a roll call.
Councilwoman Homan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo,
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilman Sasso,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozinski.
Yes.
Next is the consent agenda, resolution 22-189 through 22-197. I would request a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Thank you. Second.
Second.
Thanks. Linda, please conduct a roll call.
Councilwoman Homan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo,
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilman Sasso,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozinski.
Yes.
Great. Thank you. Any unfinished business? Any new business? Committee reports, everyone did theirs. For mine, busy 2 weeks. Ed covered the holiday observers, Matt covered the holiday observers, Steve covered Crestwood Lake, Liz covered phase 2. Lisa, I'm gonna steal your thunder and be the bearer of bad news.
How nice of you.
Right. Because you guys, yeah, because you guys covered everything else. So all the fun stuff was gone. A friendly reminder that third quarter tax 2022 property taxes are due on August 1st with the grace period ending on August 10th. And payments can be made online at allendalenj.gov, or checks can be mailed or dropped off at the Borough of Allendale, 500 West Crescent Avenue in Allendale. So that is what's left of my report. Staff reports, Borough Attorney Ray Wiss.
Actually, a very busy couple of weeks by my full office. Tom Borges has been involved in matters involving the cell phone, also working with Councilwoman Plazinski on 220-230. TJ Wiss on Oprah matters with clerk's office, and some personnel matters that have been involved with both Mr. Kistner and also with the library. Myself involved with Ron on property maintenance, land use, personnel matters, and some fire department matters. Seems like an everyday occurrence that we're talking on something. With the chief on some policy amendments that he and Mr. Kistner and I have been discussing. With Mayor Emeritus Barra on some Allendale housing and Allendale senior housing matters. With our librarian with respect to some personnel matters in the library. With our CFO on an ordinance amendment that was on tonight's calendar and some resolutions. And as was mentioned by Councilwoman Homan, almost daily, if not maybe twice a day, matters involving the water utility sale. And that was it.
Great, thank you. Municipal clerk, Linda?
Nothing to report.
Okay, thank you. Ron Kistner?
As most of you know, in my spare time, I'm also a commissioner on the Teterboro Airport TANAC committee. And we are meeting next the 27th, and next Wednesday, so I will get back to you guys with the report on any additional air traffic. There's been some concerns, traffic patterns on 17 by some neighboring communities. I'll keep you guys updated on next week.
Great, thank you so much.
And you also held a nice event at Crestwood, like county executive.
Oh,
Oh, look, he forgets all the things he does.
Yeah.
It was very nice. The Northwest Bergen administrators allow me to have the end of the summer barbecue. We don't meet in August. And I invite their mayors. We had 12 of the 13 communities. Saddle River couldn't make it because the administrator was away in Italy the week before. But again, we had our guest speaker this year, as always, has been Jim Tedesco, the Borough County Executive. Gave a very detailed and report on what's going on with the county. Council Sella was there. It was a nice, everybody had a nice time. But I want to thank John Gill, helped me with the cooking and the barbecuing and prepping everything, the whole cleanup, the whole 9 yards. And thank God he had a lighter because I couldn't light my cigar at the end of the day. So without the lighter, I was in trouble.
Right.
So, thank you very much. Everybody, great time.
Thank you, Ron. Lisa, anything left to report? Okay. Happy to give you a report for you. Chief Dillon?
Just another thank you to the mayor and council for tonight. It was a great honor to be a part of, and I appreciate all your support. Quick note of thanks and gratitude. On Monday, when we had the storm roll through town, a tree got struck by lightning in the front yard of a house on Hillside Avenue. When the lightning struck the tree, the electrical current both caused tree bark to explode and break all the windows in the front of the house, as well as destroy a gas main underneath the ground. So fire department, EMS, police, we had the building official. We're all on scene, all worked together flawlessly. We had some evacuations and some tense moments until public service arrived, but it was a true collaboration between everyone involved. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. And thank you for what you and the whole department does. I said it, I spoke for everyone. We all feel it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Borough Webmaster and IT, Tyler Yacarino.
So year to date, phone calls for all borough facilities is 90,622, which maybe we'll hit 100,000 by the next meeting. And then as Matt had mentioned in his report, we're doing some more IT upgrades, part of which is capital, and we're removing some more old servers from Allendale Police, which is reducing our threat level within the company there. So we're very happy to see the progress we've made. We have a really outstanding standard operating procedure. So
Great, thank you. Director of Communications, John Gill.
Officially, our website is 1 year old. So I've been going through and just doing a review page by page by page, just making sure everything's up to date, if anything needs to be deleted. So if anyone in your travels wants to like peruse through there and there's anything you want updated or whatever, it's 1 year. It's a good time to go through the cleanups.
Great.
Your site here is going to be one.
I just have one question that do people have to sign up individually for Constant Contact and Swift Reach?
They
So
are
do
two
need
separate
to do
databases,
two
correct?
separate-
But what we do is mirror each other. So when the chief puts together and sends something out on Swift Reach, which is the true emergency notification system, it's sent to me. I mirror it on our Constant Contact list.
Thank you.
Good.
Just wanted a reminder of that.
So it's 8:25. The over and under on this meeting was 8:30. So it's public comment. So I say I open the floor to the public with the understanding that the over and under was 8:30.
No pressure.
I open the floor to the public. Anyone wish to be heard?
TikTok.
Take your time. I took the
No.
over.
Mark Savastano, 22 Freeland Place. I want to reference a comment that Councilwoman Solo made earlier about the trees and the overhanging branches. I have been meaning to ask about who is responsible for enforcing keeping the sidewalks clear. Because I find that sometimes it's easier to walk through the celery farm than it is to walk on the sidewalks in town. It's becoming more and more difficult to pass, especially with someone up by your side. The sidewalks are obstructed by bushes and branches. It's not just an inconvenience. In some places, it's dangerous. You could poke your eye. I don't know who.
I mean, I'm
about
hopeful
that.
that's something that potentially just community awareness.
Right. Well, so, well, that's a legal question as well. So. Ray, you
Yeah,
wanna
as
speak to
general
that?
proposition, it's the homeowner.
I can tell you what's happened. We had one, we did it this week. Mike did it. We bought it as a concern. We gave it to Mike Limatola. We had one on West Orchard.
Right.
We went and saw the homeowner. He addressed it. The lady who filed the concerned resident made it pretty funny. She says, I'm only 5'3" and I can't get under it. So it was kind of, and that was it. And we addressed, and I addressed it. And the homeowner took care of it.
Right.
Yeah, I've actually reported at least one many years ago that was blocking an intersection, the visibility.
Yes.
And APD went out there, Sergeant Griffith, I think, went out there, checked it and agreed, yes. Homeowner was notified, it was cut back, end of problem.
Yeah.
We got one council. We had actually one that wasn't. We checked it out. It was one of the streets off of Forest Avenue. I checked it. Mike Limatola checked. We took pictures. We advised the resident at this time we're not taking no further action. And he was happy that we got back from him and it was addressed.
Okay. Well, in that same vein, does the Shade Tree Commission still exist? No, it does not. Okay. And I would like to go back to what I had commented on earlier and ask if the plans are to remove those trees with this second half of the renovation in the center of town.
I will answer that. Yes, they are going to be removed and new trees are going to be put in. So I'm a big tree person. I'm a big nature person. I'm a master gardener. Street trees are there for aesthetics and they're overgrown for that area. They're going to start to pull up the sidewalk and they're also causing mold on all of the awnings because they're so big. So it's unfortunate. They're Zelkovas, they're great trees. I get it, but it's their street trees are really only last a certain amount of years anyway, and they're at that time where they're going to start declining, and a lot of them were starting to decline, and then they become misshapen and everything. So unfortunately, some of them are a little bit better than others, but for the most part, it just wouldn't look aesthetically pleasing anyway to have some big ones and
Is it
some
the
little
same
ones.
tree that's being planted?
No, it's a different tree because of the space. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it now, but I have it somewhere.
Alrighty, I look forward to them blooming every year. It's so beautiful.
These are going to be beautiful too. Those are
Alrighty.
pears actually that were the blooming ones. But these are going to be
Great.
just as pretty.
Thank you, Mark.
30 seconds.
Yeah. Anyone else from the public wish to be heard? Sure.
My name is Tom Woolley. I live at 112 West Maple Avenue, which borders on the lake property. There's a dead tree on the lake property. that adjoins my house, and some limbs have come down recently about, I guess, it was June 18th or 19th. So I would like the tree removed if possible. I've gone to town hall, and I don't know the person in there.
Comes up to me too. Is the tree on, is that the tree that's on your side of the fence or our side of the fence?
It's on my, it's
The
on,
tree- the
it's
tree's on
on,
your side of the fence, right?
yeah, but it's your property.
Okay, I'll look into that.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
you.
Thank you for coming. Great. Anyone else from the public? Not seeing anyone. I would request a motion to adjourn. Walter, did you have anything? Everyone says that. Everyone would rather speak to Liz. That's fine. Thank you. I think that's a great idea. All right, I request a motion to adjourn the regular session.
moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much, everyone.